Hello, everybody. As we welcome you to the virtual Talladega Superspeedway here for Week 5 of the Prestige Cup Series. Here once again from Talladega Superspeedway here in Lincoln, Alabama. One of the most notorious tracks we'll come to here on the Prestige Cup Series schedule. Talladega. Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it. Super exciting stuff here, and I can't wait to get this show on the road. Hello, my name is Christian Elgato, your lead producer and commentator for tonight's race here once again from Talladega Super Speedway, and just looking at it, just under 10 minutes left in practice. Let's go ahead and get some cameras on track and show you guys who's out on track making some laps. Peter Hoppy looks like he's out on track for the first time this broadcast in that number 83 Hive Motorsport machine. Hive's been looking pretty racy these first couple of races here. And make a huge hit to the driver in front there. So look at some drivers. Riley Ibanez back here in the 44 machine out on track. Going out. See him, he's gonna get that car spun out as well. And not really a lot of drivers out here doing some pack racing right now. Benjamin Bushnell running some laps as well as got about a little bit 7 minutes. See right there left in practice. Let's go ahead and take a look at your point standings coming into Talladega. Tyler Helms leads the points here coming in to week 5 with those 2 wins. Wyatt Thompson with those 2 wins will sit back there in P2. And they've, been very greedy taking these wins away. Obviously, they've won the first 4 and races here. We've only ran 4 races, but you see Gabriel Ngoli back there in P3. And we'll talk about that driver a little bit later. But Colby Duckworth back there in 4th. 45 points behind the leader, and 1 point behind him in that 5th place position, Jackson Brown in a 31 machine. Max Floyd back there in 6th. Travis Prather back there in 7th. 8th goes to Kendorian Davis. Joseph Fenway back there in 9th. And Carmelo Echeverra back there in P10. Peter Hoppy, P11. And running out your top 12, Nicholas Road in that 29 machine. My apologies, Nicholas Road, the 29 in this league. And now we'll see the 29 are out here making some laps. It's Austin Dillon / Kevin Harvick kind of themed car. It's funny because this is kind of the paint scheme that Austin Dillon's running in the Cup Series now, but obviously it fits because Nicholas Rhodes in the 29 for this series, and this is obviously a Kevin Harvick inspired scheme. Remember, he ran here in from 2003 to like 06, I believe. So it kind of fits to put that 29 there. Obviously, we've never seen the 29 on the next gen, except for that lone all-star race there from North Wilkesboro Motor Speedway. North Wilkesboro Speedway. I don't know why I said Motor Speedway. But when Kevin did a throwback to himself, and it was really cool to see Stuart Haas Racing and RCR, Richard Childress Racing, come together and do that for Kevin. Obviously, a huge Kevin Harvick fan myself. Kind of an ode to that. I feel like it just kind of fits. We'll see that 29 come down pit road. Max Ford out on track in that Vision machine. Do that precision speed solutions machine out on track. Not really anybody linked up here. You have the 15 here, Hayden Goalie, and so I forgot there's 2 goalies that are racing tonight. So I don't remember if it was Gabriel or Hayden. Let me triple check here. One of these two drivers has actually a replacement driver, and I know it's kind of touchy with the iRacing side of thing in the sim, but David Goley is driving either that 55 or the 15, as one of those two drivers could not make it tonight. But obviously, it's their dad living in the same house, just wants to come out here and run. I don't think it's that big of an issue, honestly. So um, I was told that David has a little bit of time in the sim, so that's even better, right? To see that they are gonna probably run pretty well here. Obviously, Talladega, I would say probably the least. I would say when it comes to talent, the least talent I guess you would need is probably at a super speedway. You can just kind of, if anything, just ride in line and not try to cause any issues, right? Stay out of the way. Versus really anywhere else that, if you're slow enough at a mile and a half or a short track, you could potentially get lapped and cause havoc for some lead lap cars, or even for yourself if you self spin or something like that. Obviously, a road course is probably the worst, right? If you don't really know what you're doing and you're slow and you're going off track, that's a big danger for everybody on track. But you're at these super speedways, I feel like it's a really good place to have a replacement driver. Come in and find relative success here on the sim. So right now, top of the boards, Wyatt Blair in that 59 machine, currently off track, and then Carmelo right here, this 82. P2 in practice, Max Ford in the pit stall. Let's see back here, P5, Colby Duckworth. That 29 and that 33 machine, my apologies. See the 29 leading this field here, but Colby Duckworth in that Duckworth heating and cooling machine. Jackson Brown in this pack up here. 6 in practice, and Wyatt Thompson back there in P9. Go ahead and pull up all of your fastest drivers for tonight. Okay. That they're approaching 1 minute left in practice, so I assume we won't really see any more vicious things. We'll probably see some wrecking as we do see up ahead here. Actually, we see right there a little bit of damage to that. Oh, 77. Yeah, and he'll spin it out there, but he did have a little bit of front end damage. I was going to point that out, but obviously we see now even more front end damage to the 77 machine as practice starts to close here from Talladega. Taking a quick look at the team standings, it's something that I don't really feel like we've kind of circled a lot in here on that much, but right now, Duck Motorsports right there leading your team points, 278 points, and way 89 points behind back there is Cash Gulp Racing back there in second, Reeve Simmons Racing, Hive Motorsports back there in P4, rounding out the top 5 Mach 5 Motorsports. 6, Winner Circle Motorsports, Double L Racing, Ross Motorsports, Fast Cash Racing Designs House Team, Keese Racing, Precision Motorsports, Remember This Racing, and 44th Place Racing rounds out. But you practice over, qualifying, get ready to start, get ready to get your qualifying underway here from Talladega. Car on track is a 77. That will probably be a black. See if he asks to get it cleared. Go on board with Jackson Brown here. I don't know if that lap's going to be allowed, so we're going to go on board with someone who, if for sure knew, came out in the right manner. So, oh, a blink out from the 30 fine people who we can look at. Zachary Trevino, how about this? Won our last broadcasted race. That was the UIS Nubian Prospect Truck Series race at Homestead. Obviously, that was a championship race, but he still came home with the checkered flag there from Homestead. See him start his out lap here in that 8 machine. Everybody's starting their first laps. We get some lap times down, we'll actually pull down your full ticker here, but wait until we get a couple guys who have set a lap. Here comes the 8. Looks like he's going to do a second lap. You'll see all these drivers come up here, rip this top lane, try to get as much speed out of the car going into this final lap here. This is really the only place you see this, where they will actually give up the first lap to try to get, the speed built up, running this top lane, start the second lap, especially here in these next-gen machines. The first lap is almost always faster here, or wherever you go, just because the tires are colder. You usually push a little bit harder on the first lap. And I feel like you can, well, I wouldn't say you could push it harder, but the tires are just better. There's more life in the tires right off the rip. You can usually push harder in that second lap, but the lap time fall off, and we're talking about tenths and hundredths of a second. It just falls off just enough to where usually first lap is always quicker here, but here on these super speedways, we'll see a lot of these drivers come down. On the second lap here, you'll see him go down there and paint that yellow line the best of his ability, going down there in the 1 and 2. Some drivers will keep it painted down here, as he will for the most part. You'll see him slide up just a little bit. Drop down here once again on the bottom here in the 3 and 4. And what you're really looking for in these qualifying laps is you're letting the car kind of almost drive itself. You'll see maybe him come out of the up the top there, and you're just gonna let kind of the weight of the car put it wherever it needs to. Don't force it down there. If the car wants to drift up a little bit, let it drift up. You'll see him come to the line. Oh, P1. There you go, Zachary Trevino. Good lap for that 8 machine. Peter Hoppy out on track. Coming around, turn 3 and 4. Dorian Davis takes away Pete that pole. 53.594. 615 for Peter Hoppy. Actually, that's P2. Good lap for Poppy. That was the first. That was a first lap. See if he can improve on that time. Peter Hoppy up to P2. Getting word now it's Hayden goalie who has to replace the driver. David goalie going to step in for his kid. Do some laps here as you see the 83 going to come out pit side. Jacob Bryant, another Hive car. Slowing his machine down. Jacob Enright in the 57. P9. Dorian Davis slowing that machine down. The Spectrum machine. Just like that. Qualifying. Ending here. Can Dorian Davis get you pull here from Talladega? So it'll be can Dorian Davis, Peter Hoppy going to start on the front row here for week 5. Wait on these drivers. Get ready to get in their virtual machine. Get ready to go here. Got about half the drivers in the cars, but remember a lot that they could do here. especially on these super speedways. There's a lot of stuff you can do here to set up the car here. There's so much things you can do in the car. There's so much things you can do outside of the car as well. I've seen, people change their like internal, wheel software to make things a little bit easier for the drivers here in the cars to save it if they get spun out. There's so much you can do here at these super speedways. We'll give them just a little bit more time to get in their cars, and we'll get ready to get your starting lineup here, presented by High Velocity. Go ahead and do it. Talked about already, but Kadori Davis is going to be your pole sitter right there with that. In that number 9 machine. Peter Hoppy going to round out that row 1 outside front row. Zachary Chavino Nate going to be P3 alongside Colby Duckworth, that teammate, in the 33 machine. Alex Krasinski in the 53 going to be P5, rounding out that row 3 in P6. Jacob Bryant, the 48. Carmelo Ecavera back there at P7. Max Ford rounding out that row 4, rounding out the top 10. Joseph Enright, Michael Deitch at 17 machine. P11 is going to go to Jackson Brown alongside Tyler Helms. That 3 machine. Isaiah Fox going to be P13. Gavin Smith back there in P14. P15 is going to go to Wyatt Blair in that 59 machine. Benjamin Bushnell going to be P16. Leaf Simmons back there at P17. P18 will go to Nicholas Road. Ryder Morgan P19 running out the top 20. Rex Jenkins in that 56 machine. Gabriel Goalie, Lucas Lewis back there P21-22. Wyatt Miller, Riley Ibanez, Wyatt Thompson, Travis Prather, Caleb Gordon, Hector Colazo, and Hayden Goalie rounding out the rest of the field here. These cars all side by side, 2 by 2, trying to get in line there. You actually see someone dropping back there. Like the 33, Colby Duckworth, going to the rear of the field. Interesting. Take a look at your race weather for tonight's broadcast here. 72 degrees. Air temperature, track temperature back there, 82 degrees. Well, interesting sights, interesting sounds here. 35 degrees humidity with 9-mile-an-hour wind. So, great night for racing here as we get ready to look at some of your race statistics. 80 laps here from Talladega. Andy Duckworth heating in Cooley 220. 80 laps. We will have a stage there on lap 25. One passenger pair. 5 sets of tires total, including the sets they have on. 80% fuel. Some race info there, but you do see the lights off on the pace car. See them side by side, 2 by 2 here. As we get ready to go green from Talladega. As you get ready to go see them in the restart zone. We're green. Side by side across the back stretch here. You'll see that bottom lane start to get a little bit out. And Dorian Davison and I going to drop down and lead that bottom lane. Going to be linked up with the 8 machine. Zachary Chavino, Peter Hopp, and that Hive machine and that Hive team kind of left out to dry there. See them go side by side across the start finish line into the restart zone for the first time. And Dorian Davis leads the first lap. Side by side, once again, you'll see that top lane with a little bit of a run. Peter Hop could retake the lead. Help from Tyler Helms. Max Ford back there in that second lane. You'll see the 3 drop down. He'll lead the bottom as they reckon in the back. Big wreck in the back here. Caution will wave. See what happened here on lap 2. What happened to this 57 machine back here? Joseph Enright. Kind of that first driver I see have any kind of issue. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Like pusher 3 wide in the back here. 56 maybe. Rex Jenkins. Oh, the 73 giving a bad push, gets caught up, and then they go in the back. Where to go for some of these guys. Hector Colazo gets through. Saved. Optional wave. And that's just something you're going to see here at Talladega. You know, people trying to be aggressive here on the starts, trying to get their cars in a spot to make up track position, and you'll see, you know, some aggressive pushing go wrong, and you'll see people get upset either. And that's the first time I've actually seen, you know, the pushing car kind of lose control there. It's usually the guy getting that shove who usually gets a bad shove, whether it's like not centered or maybe just too much of a speed difference, and you'll see that car in front usually be the one who is the one who goes around there. But it was actually that time it was the pusher who you know, lost the nose there and came down the track. Unfortunately, took some cars with them. See some cars down pit side here. .33 Duckworth is down the road as well. See some other guys. The 57 Enright with a lot of damage on his machine. You see a lot of cars down pit side right now. Actually, not the start of the race that they wanted. But Peter Hoppy leading his first laps here from Talladega. You will see the lights go off on the pace car this time, which means we will be going 1 to go. That 83, the inner 3. Tyler Helms back there. Up 10 positions from where he started. He went from, what, 12th to 2nd in 2 laps, everybody. We know Tyler's aggressive. We know he's going to be up there towards the front when he can be. See that 3 machine going to start outside front row. Good way to get 2x2, single, double fouled back out there. You see, actually, the 8 machine, Trevino getting pushed by his teammate there in the 29, Nicholas Road. RCR line cars actually right there. 1, 2, 3 in a row back there. 7th on back. So, no, 6th on back. My apologies. 6th, 8th, and 10th back there for those RCR line cars. Here to go green once again here from Talladega. Once again, we are racing to lap 25 for that first stage caution. Get some stage points for these drivers. So, obviously, we saw the aggressiveness pick up, but just like that, we'll be under 20 to go here in stage 1. And double file 2x2s. They are ready to go back inside of the restart zone. United Reynolds restart zone. We're back green. But he even start for that top and bottom row. You see the 83 a hop get a push out from the 11 Max Ford. You see his teammate in the 3 lead that top lane, help from Dorian Davis in the 9 machine. That bottom lane just a little bit better formed. You see the 3, the 9, and then those RCR themed cars back there. They're gonna get lined up on that top side, and then you just kind of see a mixed bag of drivers up here on this bottom lane. Now here comes the top side to make a run. Here comes Tyler Helms, gonna get a run out at turn 2. Down here into the tri-oval. Tyler Helms will lead his first lap straight from Dega. In that bottom lane starting to get put together once again. You see the 9, Kadori Davis jumps in front of the 83. Peter Hoppy will try to drive that bottom lane down. As look at 3 wide there in the middle of the pack. But you see now the 3, the 8, the 29, and that 31. All teammates linked up here. Here comes the 33. He's going to make his way back there up inside the top 10. Look at that. They have all 5 teammates lined up there on that top side. That's about, can they get linked up? Can they get put together to get this top lane rolling? And now that bottom lane just looks a little bit better. A little bit more numbers on that bottom lane. And Dorian Davis will continue to slinky this bottom lane just a little bit forward compared to the top. Now you see the top 3 on that bottom lane clear. That's Davis. That is Hoppy. And now that is Max Ford. See now the 83 jump up. He'll take Gavin Smith with him on that top lane. That TH Designs machine. And now here comes the Helms camp. He's going to take him 3 wide. So that 83 and the 16 will be the hot dog in the bun, and they're going to try to tough it out there in that middle line with no help. Here comes the 92, going to try up there. Now here comes the 83. He's going to block the 3 machine. He's going to lead that top lane. The middle lane's starting to get some help now as well. All that battling, that's allowed that bottom lane to continue to keep this momentum up and surge forward. Once again, now the 3, almost the top 4 on that bottom lane now clear. That's the 56 of Ring Shankin now in that 4th place. He's made his way up 16 spots from the start. And Peter Hoppy with the run off the top, help from Tyler Helms. that 83. Okay, split. Looking at it. They don't want to work with that 83 right now. LA Holmes got all of his teammates back there lined up, besides the 33 who actually got put in that middle lane as well. But 4 cars right there lined up on that top side, gonna try to make that top side work. Haven't seen a good success out of it yet, but in a lot of, commitment issues in that top line. But now that we have 4 guys all stacked up, and there goes the 31. Jackson Brown around. The 53 around as well. Caution will wave. Oh, the blip static cam. We'll take a look at it at our blink cam. It just looks like the 31 got hooked by someone up here. Yeah, it just looks kind of like a racing deal. You see, I don't know like what happens, but you see the 29. Well, it's kind of the 31 kind of off center here on the 29, and you'll see him. He'll like make contact with the 29, check up. That just kind of checks up everybody behind him. You'll see the 83 getting the back of the 31, and just nowhere for some of these guys to go. The 53. Ooh, I don't know if he got loose on his own, if that was a little bit of net code. Krasinski goes around there. You see him backwards here, coming out of turn 3 and 4. Joshua will wait for your lap 11. Ooh, everybody does a good job getting around this 53. Stopped kind of in an awkward place right there. But yeah, Kosh will wait for the second time here from Talladega. I was taking a wreck already on lap 11. I expect some of these guys to be a little bit more cordial, honestly, but obviously the track position means a lot, especially when we're racing the lap 25. But interesting to see a lot of drivers coming on pit road. I'll definitely spice up the running order here. We'll see right now. Everybody from 13th on back. 14th on back. Zachary Trevino, the first car to come down pit road there in that 8 machine. 14th on back, came down pit road. They tried to do something here. Tried some of these guys who were laps down. Like, those who have already parked it. Joseph Midnight, Jackson Brown, Travis Prather still down pit road. He lights off on the pace car one more time to 9 and 11. Max Ford, Dorian Davis, Tyler Helms, Benjamin Bushnell making his way up through the field, up 12 positions for where he started back there in P16. Countdown laps until we get to that stage caution on lap 25. So going to green here, we'll have, what, 12 laps to go in stage 1. To the 9 and the 11. Toyota Chevy front row. Max Ford, Dorian Davis. Drivers who have, kind of been contenders here throughout the whole first 5 weeks. Tyler Helms, we already have to talk about, we've talked about him plenty. He's already won twice here in these first 4 weeks. Looking back, Wyatt Thompson back there, P18 right now. So a little bit of work to do here for that driver just sitting back there in P2 in points. Obviously a long race, probably just trying to keep that car clean as we get ready to go back in here to hopefully finish out stage 1. These cars once again go back into the restart zone. The Chevy Toyota front row will be green once again here from Talladega. Really good jump by that bottom lane, and already the top side is gone on the restart. Tyler Helms on the top. Trying to make a run happen here, but Max Ford, no help from that 3 machine. Not going to be able to get around the 9, but here comes the 59. Wyatt Blair. Got to put the back row to the back of the 3. Ooh, a little wiggling out of Blake Jenkins at the 56. He's going to hold on to it for now. That's going to split up that bottom lane. He's really dicey right now. A 3x3, what is it, 5th on back. Now you go 3x3, about 10th on back. That people trying to make that 3rd line work. The 56, Krasinski. 56 of Jenkins, my apology. Trying to continue to get this bottom lane going, but you see that 56 not up on the rear bumper, really, of that 11. See him just having an issue holding that line right now. Allowing this top line to get a run a little bit. Wyatt Blair. Got a rearview mirror full of Wyatt Miller in the 70 machine. Trying to push this middle lane out. See the 3 of Tyler Helms trying to get that top side working. Looks like he's got help from Davino, help from Hector Collazo back there in that 45. Comes this top line now. He's got a little bit of momentum. Tony and Miller jumped up there. That's the 69. Miller, no, that's the 70 of Miller. That Celsius machine gonna jump up to that top side. They're kind of blocking pretty badly up there. That's allowing this bottom line once again to get a little bit of a run here. Now, Echeverria back there, the P5 position is clear of all lines. He can do kind of what he wants to now. We're counting down laps here in stage 1. See the 3 of Tyler Helms back there, trying to make a run. The 8, back to 8th. See the 70 once again. Miller Coming in front of that 3 machine. One starting to form here on that top side. Ooh, a little spicy there now. The 3 will dump that leader at the top there. Now here comes Max Floyd with help from those 2 precision machines. Oh, the 31 up and going. Caution will wave once again. Huge hit for some of these drivers. The 77 involved. Wyatt Thompson. See the 69 there. Huge wreck. On lap 18. I can see what happened. I think this was in front of him. I think that was between the 31 and what was that, the 69? I think the 69 coming up, gets the 31. 31 gets another 0 of Cash Culp. Up the track they'll go, grabbing the 77 and grabbing the 24. Get a 55 of Gabriel and Goalie involved. And nowhere to go for some of these drivers. Caleb Gordon right there, that 24 machine. Looks like he gets it pretty relatively decently okay damage here. Like a little dimple on the front end of that 24 machine. Man, Calamity continues to ensue here from Talladega. Our 3rd caution of the night here, already on lap 19. Just like that. So we might have a green white checkered here to end stage 1. A couple drivers have put themselves in a good spot. Max Ford, and Davis back here in P2. Tyler Helms, that Precision Speed Solutions machine. X Jenkins back there in the 56. Keeping his nose clean for now. Zachary Trevino back there as well. And I got that top 5. I don't really imagine we'd see anybody come down pit road here. These drivers who haven't got any damage. We have a couple takers back here. Zinsky came down pit road last lap. Travis Prather, Micah Bryant, Kevin Smith, Wyatt Miller. A lot of these guys caught up in wrecks already. You see the 44 coming down pit road once again. Ibanez, Thompson. Thompson, I believe, might have already used his fast repair up, so early this race, not what he wanted to see. Jackson Brown back there. I'm pretty sure Jackson already used his up as well. No, not yet, actually. But Wyatt Thompson did. So that's something that's going to be a talking point here for the 77 team is how can he keep himself in the fight now? Got no fast repair. Cody, and it's only lap 20, so very interesting to see how that all pans out. You'll see the 21. Of 80 complete. We'll be going to green here. I think it'll be a 4-lap shootout, actually. Maybe a 4-lap shootout. And depend on if they will throw the caution here at lap 25 or at the completion of lap 25, but have to see. But you'll see the pace car take another hard left down pit road. It's going to be the 11. It's going to be the 9. Davis, Ford, back to green. And you see that bottom line, and we did get a good jump, but here comes the top side. They're going to actually get around this 11, dump him out to dry here. Here comes Helms. Here comes the 8 of Trevino. Here comes Hector Collazo. Lucas Lewis. And Kendoran Davis will try to find his way up here to that top side. If you see them drop down low, they need to get down if they want to lose all this track position. You see 9 finally will get down alongside the 25 of Bushnell. Already we have kind of 2 split packs. I don't know how many, if there was a checkup or what. We have kind of a 13-car breakaway. Oh, wrecking huge here at the front of the pack. Oh my lord. Always going to get through it, but a lot of cars tore up here in this wreck. Davis in it. Holy, what happened here? 15 tore up. This is way behind here. We'll look at maybe like the 45. Hector Collazo here. We'll see if he could show us what happened. He was right there in the mix. Just a bad block by Tyler Helms. Kind of got that 73 all kind of squirrely, and unfortunately everybody else behind him nowhere to go. And just a big one ensues here from Talladega on lap 24. like that. Tyler, aggressive block, gonna win the stage. The stage 1 winner goes to Tyler Helms. Take a quick commercial break here as we conclude stage 1, and we'll let our partners over here talk to you guys. So we'll be right back after this quick little break.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
We welcome you back to the virtual Talladega Superspeedway. We just got done with stage 1 here for round 5 of the Prestige Cup Series. Tyler Helms takes stage 1 here from Talladega as we go back trackside. Saw some drivers come down pit road, but some drivers decided to stay out here. Travis Prather, 6 lap since he's come down pit road. 5 laps since Riley Ibanez came down pit road. Everybody else, though, down pit side. Wyatt Thompson wins the race off pit road. Alex Krasinski, Zachary Trevino, Benjamin Bushnell, Tyler Helms, your top 5 out of pit road. We'll get ready to start the rest of the race here. If you want to call a stage 2, you can, but technically, there's only one. We only get one stage caution here in the Prestige Cup Series, so say hello to everybody watching at home, whether you're over on the YouTube. Hello to Leif Opstead up here in the YouTube chat. Everybody, whether you're watching here on the YouTube channel, High Velocity TV, whether you're watching over at twitch.tv/ChristianBoss13. We appreciate you guys coming out, watching today's broadcast of the Week 5 race here from the virtual Talladega Motor Speedway. Tier 3, Tyler Helms actually going to come down back pit road. Top off on some Sunoco race fuel. We'll get ready to see some more side-by-side racing. As you see, lights off on the pace car. Once again, we're ready to start this race back up here to start stage 2. And the rest of the race, you'll see Chevy front row, Riley Ibanez, Travis Prather, the 44, the 58. At front row, and you'll see a Chevy Ford lock out for that fast forward, my apologies. Wyatt Thompson back there in P3. Alex Krasinski in the Ford back there, sitting in 4th place. A lot of calamity in stage 1. For these first 25 laps. Hopefully they can calm it down a little bit here. Talladega, it's a wide track. You can go 3-4 wide here. No reason we need to be wrecking a lot here tonight, especially with the talent that these drivers come up and show. No reason to continue to be pacing here, especially with how early it is in the race. I should expect to see maybe some of these guys to back it down here, especially since there's no more really points on the line until you get towards the end of the race here. But you'll see a Chevy front row, the 44, the 58, Prather, Ibanez getting ready to go back into the restart zone. Won't be green here to start stage 2. Really good jump by the 58, going to get in front of the 53. That top line getting a really good launch. That's going to kind of leave out those 2 drivers on top. That's the 25 of Bushdale. Here comes the 44. He's going to try to lead this top lane. Ibanez going to try to make something happen. Here comes the 77 of Thompson. Going to go up there and try to push that 44 out. And you'll see that bottom start to dominate here at the early part of this start here, I guess. 53, the 58, clear of everybody in the field here. The silver soon will be that 8, and maybe even that 29 as we cross the stripe. Comes the 8, here comes the 29, those 2 teammates. That's Trevino. That's Nicholas Road in that 29 machine. Trying to make this top side work. They got a good run. Jumped out of line on that bottom. Now they're going to try to lead the top. Going to need help from that 25 of Bushdale to get them side by side for the race lead, which is you'll see. Side by side for P2 is now the 53. And 8 side by side. They're going into 3. Here comes the run from the top lane, though. Trevino going to try to take this lead here out of turn 3. I don't imagine you'll see him drop until he gets that 29 clear. Not quite clear yet. As soon as they both get clear, they're going to drop down on that bottom, and that's exactly what you'll see. Not quite yet. The 29, he was clear, but the bottom got a little bit of a run. Now they'll get down. Max Ford. Oh, from the 33 of Colby Duckworth. You see the 44 of Ibanez back there in that 3rd lane. We're starting to see that 3 wide already here on lap 29. Swerving on that bottom lane, and look at this top lane. Look at the run they have. And you know why? You see all 4 of those cars linked up, basically like a chain. You see the 11 help from the 33 and the 44. And get up there, they're going to try to make it side by side for the race lead, going out of 3 and 4. Look at that, the 11 and the 33. Great work, as the 33 will drop down in front of his 2 teammates. But look at that, the 11 a little bit too far out. So was the 33. The 11 will drop down. Now it's going to be the 44 and the 3. Tyler Helms is going to try to lead that top. The 44 gets clear. Now Tyler Helms will lead the top. And they need help from the 83 of Peter Hopp and the 25 of Benjamin Bushnell. But that top lane starting to get some momentum here. Tyler Helms will get down behind that Precision Speed Solutions machine. Ooh, the 33 underneath the 44 are going to be side by side here across the line. 11 decides not to go with the 33. He's going to get left out to dry. 33 gets picked up by the 59. Wyatt Blair's going to pick up that 33 machine. And now look, that top side dead. With the 8 and the 29 kind of by themselves, going to have the 83, I believe, up there. They give a little bit of emotional support, but nothing to do yet. Spawn lane continues to pursue here. Is the 44 Ibanez. Help from the 3. Help from the 33 now. Oh, you're going to see almost 3 wide. The 33 backs out. Give Tyler the spot. The 11 Max Ford will jump back down to lead the bottom. It'll be the 44. And now, no, the 58 going to take him 3 wide. Oh, a little bit of contact between those two. Let's shuffle those guys out. And once again, the bottom dominant. 11, 3, 33, 57 the top 4. And Tyler Helm's going to get a top lane rolling once again here. The 57 going to get back to him. Going to get him a shove here out of the corner exit. Comes to 33. Colby Duckworth really trying to get this win here. Obviously, that machine sponsoring the race tonight. Andy Duckworth heating and cooling 212, obviously. He's going to try to get that machine out in front as much as he can. It's so cool to see that too, you know, when you see the guy, you know, the spots are leading. Obviously, he's not leading the race. Duckworth right now currently 1 lap down, but see him leading the field here. Technically, he is 2 laps down. It looks like right now he's got some help from some guys who are going to try to get him at least 1 lap down if the caution would to come out. Really nice of them to try to do that, but now you're going to start to see some of these drivers start to leave him out. It's nice to, you know, help out a teammate there, but sometimes it's better for you to, you know, focus on yourself. And now 33 doing a good job blocking the runs, blocking the lanes here. Give himself an opportunity to stay 1 lap down. Obviously, he won't be the lucky dog. There's other guys in front of him that are 1 lap down, but you'll see now. We'll go back down to 2 laps down. And here comes a run from the 11. Comes the 3 now, but here comes the 3 of Helms. The top lane starts to roll once again. We'll be doing a good job. Even this track position, you gotta think he's, you know, talking with some of these guys up here from maybe the Max Ford, maybe I would assume he's talking with Tyler Helms here. How well they've been working together to keep him up there towards the front. Now here comes the top side with a little bit of help, a little bit more momentum. You see the bottom lane broken up. It's just those 2 up front. Here comes the 58. Prather trying to take the race lead away. Get a lap car. And this 4 shot here, they're going to have to try to navigate around them. Really bad spot to catch him here now. 3 wide here to take the lead of the pack here, I guess if you want to call it. 31 will go up there and try to help his teammate. That's Jackson Brown. A huge run out of the top lane. Duckworth is going to have to do everything he can to try to block these runs, try to keep himself in a good spot. But, oh, contact between the 2 teammates. The 8 and the 29 get together there. That's going to put that 29 in the back. And Colby Duckworth now trying to find his way back up to the front. Jackson Brown blinks there once, but okay for now. Now Max Ford going to take the lead here. He'll lead his first laps. Oh, the 31 coming down pit road. They're dropping in the back, whichever. Interesting move. Zachary Trevino. State Machine will actually be leading here. We're actually trying to take the spot. And now, if I'm going to stay 3, I'm going to be aggressive. Oh, is it Tyler Holmes goes around in the back. Gonna have a black flag that needs to be cleared probably, but Tyler Helms spun no caution. Gonna definitely lose the pack here. Big. Take a look and see what happened. Oh man. Little incidental contact, doors to the side of him. Oh man, a big hit to the right front as well. This looked like incidental contact between him and that outside car, and then it gets him loose. Caution. He missed a wreck here. What happened? 29. It's hooked by the 53 up the track. He's going to grab the 81. The 24 nowhere to go. The 25. Then the 59. Nowhere to go for some of these drivers. Caution will wait for you on lap 39. That's the break that Tyler Helms needed. Where was that third machine? Tyler Helms. I feel like that was the only one who really needed that caution was the three of Helms. Zachary Trevino leads here. Wyatt Thompson. Hector Colazzo back there in P3. Back to one of the drivers here. Wait on them to get done with their pit stops. So we'll bring up the 77 to Thompson. On him to get out of pit road. I don't want him. I don't want anything that we do up here in the booth to literally get something bad way for that 77. He's out of pit road. Let's go ahead and talk to the 77 to Thompson. Hey, White, is Christian up here in the HVTV booth? You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, at least when that caution came out, sitting up there inside the top 5, obviously, you know, an up and down race for you tonight. Already caught up in a couple of big wrecks. Already had to use that fast repair, and we're only halfway done with this race. So what is kind of the mindset now? I see quite a handful of drivers who have had to use it, but what is kind of the mindset now after to go into the rest of the race here, this last half, knowing that you don't have that, you know, that insurance or that fast repair left anymore?
Right now, I'm just trying to keep it alive. We're on the edge of a few mileage race, the very edge of one. It kind of just depends on where you are in the field and if we get more yellows. I'm kind of hoping it'll go fuel mileage so that we kind of calm down a little bit, but it's been a pretty good race so far. Just hoping to not get involved in another big one.
And talking about the big one, we've seen, you know, kind of a rare occurrence here. We've seen a big one towards the front. We've seen some in the back. We've seen some in the middle. It seems like there's really not a good place for anybody to be right now. Is there kind of a spot that you feel comfortable riding in right now that you think could, like, keep you safe from these wrecks?
I would just like to stay around like the top, maybe 4 or 5 on the inside lane. I feel like that's pretty good, or either just all the way in the back. I feel like anywhere in the middle, they're trying to push it 3 and 4 wide, and that's when they get kind of squirrely and unstable.
I definitely agree there, but getting ready to go double foul here, 1 to green, and we'll drag you back down to your VC with your teammates, and hopefully we can talk to you later in the race.
You have a nice one. Thank you.
Appreciate Wyatt for talking to us tonight. Drivers coming down. They talked about, and that was a big insight, so we appreciate Wyatt telling us that. Borderline fuel mileage race tonight with how the caution fell there. Now they're within range of potentially making it on fuel here. And I was going to say 80% fuel, usually 100% fuel. You can go about 40, 42, 45 laps. Now with 80% fuel, I could imagine that they could maybe do like 35-ish probably laps, I would have to say. I mean, what's 80% of 45? Someone do that math? That's 36 laps. For everybody who didn't want to do the math at home, I did it here. 36 laps. We're going to be going to green here with, what, 38 to go. So, 39 to go. My apologies. So, I mean, yeah, I agree. Depending on where you are in the field, you might be able to save. I feel like you could easily save 3 laps here with 40 laps to go. But we'll see. So I would say they can go at max of 38 laps. How about that? Because I'm not sure what exactly 100% fuel gets you wise. I believe I went like 40, 45-ish laps there when we did the Daytona 500. Obviously, Talladega is a little bit bigger than Daytona, right? Daytona International Speedway, 2.5 miles. Versus Talladega, 2 2/3 miles, right? That tri-oval down here really does make it a little bit more interesting here. But you'll see the Toyota Chevy front row, Trevino, Collazo, as we get ready to go back to the United Reynolds restart zone. We're green once again here. 40 laps to go here from Talladega. I do see some blocks. You see the 8 getting up with Hector Collazo here. Try to get that outside run, but guess what? There's only 2 now, maybe 3 cars there on that top line. Going to allow Dorian Davis to get clear potentially if he wants to. No. Here comes the 16, that TH Designs machine of Gavin Smith. He's going to help this top line out. Here comes some more cars to help this top side. See the 45 clear, the 8 clear. Will they drop down and leave this 16 out? Now the 16 gets clear. Will all 3 drop down? That'll actually leave out the 67, I believe, of Reeve Simmons. Back the stripe. Trevino. He's this lap. Collazo back there in P2. Gavin Smith back there in P3. You see the 45 car on track. We're going to call him the 45. I'm going to call Collazo the 45, even though it does say 10 on our timing and scoring. We see the 45 car. So for me, up in the booth, it's going to be easier. So I'm going to call that 45 a 45. So, and now the 8, the 45, and that 16 back there. 1, 2, 3. Dorian Davis back there in the 9. P4 rounding out your top 5. Reeve Simmons in that 67 machine. And people trying to make that top side work, which is not going to be able to make it happen with just 2 cars, I feel like. But here they come. 31 to 29. Jackson Brown, Nicholas Rowe. They're trying to make that top side work by themselves. We've seen this a lot here. I can tell right there, those 2 cars got up and easily drove to the front. You know what that tells me right now? Every single one of these drivers are saving fuel. They know they cannot make it without saving. So that 29, that 31 said, okay, if you guys want to run half throttle, we're gonna go up, we're gonna take the 1-2 spot, and then we're gonna lead the field here. We're gonna maintain the pace. We're gonna show how fast everybody needs to go on our agenda. The issue is the guys up front here are the guys who didn't, go down that second time when they had the opportunity to. Maybe Splash should go. Now, granted, I've seen mixed success with splashing those here at these super speedway style tracks, because you're going down and taking maybe a marginal amount. Guess what? You have, most of the time, in my opinion, you burn up that amount that you retake coming on a pit road and catch it back up to the field. So, I mean, it's maybe like 0.2 of gas, right, that you save by coming down that second time. So I don't really think it's that much of a difference, but you'll see, again, guys kind of trying to shovel their way to the front, and they'll fuel save right now. You see the 44 pushed by the lapper of the 33, Duckworth. So the 44 will lead some laps here tonight from Talladega. Caution! I think that's the 16 of Smith back here. Ryan Miller with a meatball. Take a look and see what happened. Oh man, the 69 comes up. Completely hooks 16 up the track, and that is completely on that 69 of Miller. Came down the track and hooked that 16 up. Dang, what a shame. Well, that changes everything. We would go from a potential fuel mileage race now to, you'll probably see everybody come down pit road now. Top off on some Sunoco race fuel. Potentially, replace some Goodyear Eagles. And now it's not a fuel mileage race anymore, I feel like. So, I feel like now you're pretty solidly in the window to be able to make it, I feel like. So, we'll have to see, though. We'll see if this 44 comes down pit road and if he'll take everybody down with him. And for some of these lap cars, that is a huge bailout. Like for the 33 of Duckworth, that will get him back on the lead lap. Now, obviously, not completely good on fuel, so that's going to be something to look at. But at least he's back on the lead lap. Whoa, what's going on with that 69 machine there? Race off the road there. Yeah, the time. Let's go ahead and talk to Hector Collazo, see what he's got to say.
Huh?
Hey Hector, is Christian up here in HTV booth? Got a copy?
10-4, Bubba.
Well, we're running up inside the top 3, top 4, top 5-ish area, but obviously that caution came out, and I was told by the 77 it was potentially like a fuel-saving kind of race. Now, with this 34 laps under our belt here with this caution, I make a fair assumption that it's kind of full bore. You guys don't really need to worry about that now?
Well, we still got maybe around 3 laps to save, so it's still a little bit of a fuel saving type of race, but with how these guys are kind of racing right now, it's probably not going to be by the end of the race. We'll probably just pit again in the probably next 5 laps. So you don't really got to worry about that. It'll still be action-packed race. It won't be a boring single file train on the highline.
And talking about the caution night, and a lot of them obviously here, you think that just an account of just Talladega being Talladega, or maybe some new drivers just trying to get reacclimated here into the Prestige Cup Series? Well, what do you think is really causing these wrecks tonight?
Honestly, it's probably mixed. I mean, Talladega, we got some dumbasses in here, which I'm not surprised. Super speedway racing anyway. I mean, just balls to the wall every lap, and people are just trying to get to the front and just trying to show off and show them that they're the thing, but at the same time, you know, just like I said, just a bunch of dumbasses and super speedway racing. So it's not really just one main reason.
I'll let you go back to focus on that pit stop. We wish you good luck here the rest of the race, and hopefully we talk to you a little bit later here in the post show.
Thank you.
Hector Collazo. Strong words here for some of the drivers tonight. I don't blame them, honestly. So, definitely a lot of chaotic racing. A lot of people putting their nose where they shouldn't be, and it's caused some chaos, and some hectic driving tonight. So. We saw a lot of drivers once again do that thing where they will come down here on one to go. He'll top off on that Sunoco fuel. I think I saw Hector take tires there, so a little bit of a Mitch call of what the drivers were going to do when they did come down pit side, but quite a bit of drivers. Looks like 12th on back. Some came down pit road. Ryder Morgan will lead that brigade of drivers who came down and pitted. We have some drivers up here who haven't pitted at all yet. And they're definitely not in the range to make it. Rex Jenkins, Wyatt Blair, and Dorian Davis, Gabriel Goalie right now, who have 9 laps on since they've caved out pit road. That is, they'd have to go, what, 42 laps? And that is not feasible when, even now, Hector told us that even coming out pit road, this caution was it. They weren't going to make it, so it's going to be interesting to see if we go green, if we get another caution here, which will basically seal up that, you know, any fuel saving that they'd have to do here. But we will see a Chevy front row, the 59, the 58. Jenkins, Blair, Dorian Davis, and Gabriel Goalie lead us back to green. Gonna go drop by that top lane. Gonna leave Wyatt Thompson up there by himself for a little bit, but he will get help from the 8. Zachary Trevino. We're gonna try to get that 77 out to the lead here, I feel like. He's clear if he wants it, not clear yet. Had it, he should have taken it when he had it, but 8's going to definitely get him clear. Probably going to get them both clear. You know, those two drop down here. Ooh, 59 going to drop down. Someone will have to follow suit. He's going to leave the 8 out by himself. The 33, Duckworth up here inside the top. Was inside the top 5, top 6. Remember, he was 2 laps down at one point. Now look at him. That driver dropped back there and in the P10 spot. What a recovery for this 33. Remember, like I said, 3 laps down. Got some lucky breaks here to take the wave, right? Get his laps back, and now look at that. Inside the top 10. Well, now inside the top 12, as you saw right there on that close-up shot. Here comes another run to Max Ford. Pushing the 31 of Jackson Brown. Going to try to push him to the lead. Contact with the 16. Oh, a little squirrely out of the 31. He'll get dumped out to dry there. No one going to help him right now. Have to get back in line. Well, that's it. The 81 is, oh, the 11 knocks forward. Around. Top two on track. Will caution wave? No. Happens to the 11 machine. Tried to clear that 33 at Duckworth. Not clear, unfortunately. You get a penalty. He gets that. Does not get that black flag cleared yet. Down he'll go. What a shame. Go back up to the race for the lead here. Echeverria, Thompson, Blair, Jenkins, Trevino, your top five. Funny, we said we wouldn't see a single file train quite yet, but this is exactly what we see right now. Single file. Remember, a lot of these guys, none of these guys can make it on fuel if they go full out here. So, putting someone like back there, the 9 and the 56, they cannot make it on fuel unless they really save a lot of fuel here. 27 to go here, not a lot of time. Save, you know, almost 10 laps of fuel. Kind of on board with this driver here. See how much he's trying to save. Comes to 56. Rex Jenkins going to get help from the 9. The 8 and the 31. The 56 will clear. Now it's going to be the 9, the 8, the 31, and that 59 machine. Going to be that first 4 on that top side. Oh, contact between the 9 and the 56. 3 wide now as the 8 will get turned across the field. Second in the back here. That's got to be a caution. It is will wave. Caution will wave. Take a look back and see what happened here. The 4 wide. Looks like the 8 hooked himself off the 56 nose. Maybe a little bit of contact. I'm not going to say that was completely on the 8. Looks hard to tell. It's spinning out in the infield here. And then you see the 10. Or the 45, my apologies, of Hector Collazo. He's around. Did he get clipped by the 8? Just loses it on his own in the grass. And 8 back here again. I don't know if he spins it out trying to avoid the 45 or... That looks like just yanks it to the right. Knocked down the outside wall. Give himself some damage as well. Cars coming out pit road, and now, yes, everybody you're gonna see coming out pit side here. This is the money stop here. Everybody who comes out pit side now can make it on fuel. Different strategies. Definitely some different strategies. We're gonna take one more commercial break here in the race, and we'll be back here for commercial free coverage here for the last 24 laps, but we're gonna take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. Doing moment. Back once again to the Prestige Cup Series here from virtual Talladega Speedway. We just saw a caution involving the 8. Zachary Trevino, the 45 of Hector Colazos. They go spinning down the tri-oval grass here, but caution will wave here. And again, we just talked about the money stop here. We did have some drivers coming on pit road. Go back and go trackside. Take a look and see who gained and who's going to need a little bit of help here. 2 by 2, but we did see some drivers stay out here. Reeve Simmons, Travis Prather, Tyler Holmes, Ryder Morgan, 4 drivers to stay out here after this caution. So they think they've either got enough saved to make it to the end or they've got something figured out. Now, I will say I do believe that they could probably make it with how many caution laps we've had. Holmes and Blair, Holmes and Morgan both pitted 11 laps ago. So with caution laps, they probably easily saved that, 10 laps to get to like 33 to go, right? That couple laps. So they can run that 33 laps that they have on the tank. And then Stevenson Prather pitted 12 laps ago. So they would have had to save just 2 laps here under these cautions, which I think is pretty reasonable. So we'll see. One advantage that these guys behind them have is they have the fuel for a green-white checkered. So, unlike the 3, actually the 4 that are leading the field here, guys might not have enough to do NASCAR overtime. It'll be close, but we'll have to see here. You will see the pace car once again take a hard left turn on the pit road. It's going to be Toyota Chevy front row. See that 67, that 58, the 3, and 65. Leads back to green, 23. Now 22 laps to go here from Talladega. A great jump out of your race city. He's going to have to block a lane here and then jump up top. And allow that 58 to get clear. The 67 will get clear. 58 is going to jump back up. 67 is going to decide to stay down on that bottom lane. He's going to have to get picked up by the 65. And bang, a huge bump to the 67. He'll try to leave that bottom lane. The 58's clear. Prather could go down if he wants it. And stick up top with that 3 machine of Helms. Helms going to look high. Going to make that 58 go low. But look at that. Helms not with a lot of help yet. But here comes the 59. They go out there and try to give him a good run. Wyatt Blair to the back end of the 3. Helms leading that middle lane. Have to shroud these lanes now. You see the 59. Wyatt Blair is going to jump down on the bottom. He's going to. Well, here comes the 3 with the help from his teammate. The 29 going to jump out and try to push this top lane out. Look at the run that top lane has. You see the 29. You see the 45, the 8, the 33, and the 31. All those teammates linked up together. Now you'll see the 29 jump out. You'll see the 45 jump out. Tyler Helms left by himself, but he's going to have to run from the 25. Bushnell will try to push that 3 back out here. He'll lead the middle. He'll jump up and lead that 29. And in that top lane now. You see everybody trying to find the run and trying to find the lane that has the run. They're going to go down there and try to block it. Bushnell help from the 11 to Max Ford. He's going to try to spearhead that middle lane. Nothing of it now. It's the top with the momentum, the 3 and the 29, and that 45 machine trying to make that top side work. That bottom lane continuing to have the advantage right now. 59 help from the 58 and the 67. Bottom lane continues to surge forward and forward and forward. The more Gideon Hopp has made himself up inside the top 5 for now. Being 5th in that bottom line. Here comes Max Ford. He's going to lead that top lane now. That 11 gets up in front of that sponsorship teammate, I guess if you want to call it that, of Tyler Helms. Oh, wrecking in the back. Ibanez around. You see the 25. Lock it down. Oh, the 25. Big impact to the inside wall there. Rex Jenkins down here. He's running inside the top 4 for some of this race. Dang, another 4 or 5 car incident here further on the back. Take a look and see what happened here further on back. Look, that all started with, was that the 09? Isaiah Fox? Oh, man, and a huge hit to the inside wall for him as well. Isaiah, up to the middle lane. Not really clear. And the 25 just gets in the back of him. And I'm not saying that's the 25's fault, but 09 is kind of just sitting in between 2 lanes here. Was going to go up and block the middle, and then it looks like the 25, I don't know if he's just trying to like follow the 09, but see him get into the right rear quarter panel. And around goes some of these guys. You see Duckworth back there involved, the 56 involved as well. Man, a huge hit to the inside wall. Bang! From that 09 machine. Laps counting down. We have 3 drivers out of the race right now. It's the 70 of Wyatt Miller. Like the 24 Caleb Gordon and the 73 Lucas Lewis. Tried to park the cars early. 17, 24, and 38 laps down respectively. The car that is laps down now, Jacob Bryant in the 48, 2 laps down. That 48 machine. Might be a lucky dog here if he gets lucky. Speeds up here. He gets a lap back. I don't see any damage on that 48, so I wouldn't think he was involved in this crash. See if he gets this lucky dog spot. He goes, he will get back to 1 lap down. A lucky break for that 48 machine. See, an up and down day for this 48. Highest of 6, but the lowest of 27, and now currently 26th. A lot of drivers down pit side here. Colby Duckworth. To the Andy Duckworth machine. Back out on track. Still on the lead lap. Not over yet for this 33. You see no damage to this. Probably a little bit of wheel damage, I presume. I don't see really any physical damage to the 33. See him pass that 44. Push up to the ground of the field. Should be getting ready to get 2x2 here. We'll be going back to green here with 15 laps to go. Laps counting down here from Talladega Superspeedway. And aggressiveness is just going to continue to get higher and higher from here on out. But he's not a single file, double file. We'll see another Chevy lockout on the front row, the 59, the 58. We've seen this before. See Wyatt Thompson, he's made his way up inside the top 4 once again. Remember what he said in his interview. He either wanted to be in the front 4, or he didn't want to be in the back 4, basically. So, a good job keeping on the plan here. He'll start second on that top side. We're seeing that top side, especially on the start here. Doesn't take a whole lot of cars to get that momentum started at the start of these restarts. But once you start to see, you know, everybody dive down to that bottom line, that's when you want to get down. But on these restarts, the top lane has been pretty good here to gain some track position. The pace car dive down pit road once again. We're going to green with 15 laps to go. Time to tighten the seatbelts, pull those gloves on a little bit tighter. 59 and that 58 will lead us back to green. Out of 59 with a good jump, but once again, that top side. Get a good run out of turn 2. I get this 58 clear if he wants it. I know the 77 wants to get down as soon as he can. Whoa! 58 put out there. Prather left out the dry there on that top line. He's going to have to get help from 91, 81 of Acavera. Tom's will go down there and he'll lead the bottom line. Help from Max Ford, help from Wyatt Blair. 67 Machina Simmons back there. The top line tries to form once again. Nothing of it quite yet. Comes around. Here goes the 59. He's going to jump up. Wyatt Blair's going to try to lead the top. Help from the 50, 85, 83 of Peter Hopp. And here comes Thompson now. He's going to block the top lane. I need to see just a shift in dynamic here with the lanes, right? The bottom was by far the most dominant now. Ooh, the 77 is going to go down there and block the 59. Wyatt Blair wanted the lead. 77 with a good block there to keep that 59 behind him for the time being. I see 3 cars, almost 4 cars linked up. Back to back to back to back of that bottom lane, but it's not enough for that top lane to still get a run. 59 will go on the outside of the 77. Now side by side and a turn 3 and 4 for the lead here. Coming out of turn 4, we'll be getting ready to go. 12 to go here from Talladega. Down the tri-oval. Still side by side going on the line. The top will have a run. Wyatt Blair will lead that lap. Wyatt Blair will drop back to the bottom. Now here comes Peter Hoppy. Help with the 3 of Tyler Helms. I wish that Tyler kind of got backed out of the lead pack. He's had a really quiet night. Sitting back there, but starting to work his way up methodically. Ooh, almost a bad push to that 59 Machine Blair. What a save off the bumper of the 77. Now this bottom lane starting to surge once again, but the top lane will come. Here comes the 67. Dave Simmons is going to try to get this top lane alone once again. That's all it takes, in my opinion. Get someone that's a little bit further up to jump up, and that really helps surge that top lane once again. Because you're giving that top lane a little bit of draft to get back up to you. And look at them now, all linked up. Here comes the 67 to the lead. Oh, almost a bad push in the 67. He's trying to save it. He won't. Back it in the back. This one caught up a lot of drivers as well. Yeah, that's an interesting wreck there. I feel like Max didn't really do anything wrong. You see Nicholas Road, you see the 65, the 56, the 25 has a meatball. Nowhere to go for a lot of these drivers. The 53 looks like gets around pretty clean. But that was the second big one tonight here from Talladega. Like that, we're within 10 to go. A lot of chaos tonight. Didn't it go here for Talladega? Now 9 to go. See the lights on. Pace car. Look at that. Peter Hoppy inside the top 4. Let's go just take a shot to talk to him real quick. Hey, Peter Hoppy, is Christian up here inside in the HVTV booth? You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, 9 to go here, coming to 8 to go. You found yourself inside the top 4. Was able to avoid that kind of carnage here these last couple of cautions. Now, you're inside the top 4 in a good spot. You'll be starting second on this top side. What's kind of the plan here coming to these last, 7 to 6 odd laps?
Oh, well, I don't know. Depends on who I line up behind. The second place car, Wyatt Blair, we have an affiliation with our team. So if I can be behind him, I'll push him as far as I can, and then if him and I can get clear of that bottom line, we'll go low, but I don't... If Thompson takes the top side, then I guess I'll just push him as far as I can, or hopefully not get turned too.
Exactly. I mean, that's been kind of the name of the game here, just trying to avoid the carnage tonight. A lot of cautions tonight. And, with you up inside the top 4, you think that gives you a good spot to maybe try to stay out of it a little bit easier versus some of these guys further in the back?
Oh, hopefully, and the saving grace of my race right now is I still got a fast repair, so well, if we get involved in it, we could be right back in it as long as I don't have to tow.
There you go. Still have the fast seat right in your belt loop to pull out just in case, but looks like going side by side, 2 by 2, getting ready to go on the green. We're going to drag you back there with your teammates, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Peter Hoppy back there in 83. We appreciate him talking to us tonight here in the booth, giving us some insight. What's going in, the brain of that 83 team, right? So like we said, 2 by 2. Ready to go on the green. Do you see the lights off on that pace car? Means only one thing. We're getting ready to go back green here. 7 laps to go when we hit the line here. Look at that. Wyatt Thompson. Says that bottom lane is better, which means Wyatt Blair will get his allied teammate there to push him out here on the start. Wyatt Thompson's going to have to rely on the 4 to Gabriel Ngoli. That 55 machine to give him a good push. Got a very talented driver back there in P5 as well. Dorian Davis. Tyler Helms. What a row 3 right there. Got a couple of championships just in that one row, so. Out of prestige, so. Once again, you'll see that pace car take a hard left turn back on the pit road. Sun's starting to set here. We get ready to go green here. 7 laps to go here from Talladega's Wyatt Thompson. Lead us back to into the United Rentals restart zone. Yeah, such a good jump out of that 77. He leaves the frame for a little bit. Gabriel and Goalie will have to get back to the rear end of that 7 machine. Look at that bottom already prevailing here late. 77 doing a good job leading that bottom side right now. Got the 55, the 9. Here comes the 15 of David Foley. Haynes' dad filling in for him right now. So he's going to lead that top side. Wyatt Blair going to try to push that 15 out. I'm interested to see how well that 15 can lead a line here. He's all kind of over the place here. 15 not quite clear. He's going to have to jump up and try to lead that top lane. No, the 15 will get turned. David Gooley goes around here off the bumper of the 59. Caution will wave. All right, off the rip there. At 15, just not clear. Off the bumper of the 59. Gets help from the 56. Ooh, does a good job keeping the damage minimal here. But obviously does not want to get caught up in it like this late in the race. But that's what it is, I guess. Nothing you can do about it now. Just going to have to reset. He's starting back there outside the top 20, so got his work cut out back there in that 15 machine. Have Gabriel further on back. You have Gabriel up here in the P2 spot. So you have David back there who just got caught up in a wreck, and look who gets the front row because of it. Gabriel in the 55, so just like that, under caution once again. This is this kind of moment of the race where every push, everything that you've done has led up to this, right? Whatever relationships you've made, whether it was before the race, during the race, this is where it matters the most. If you're that 77, did you do a good job communicating to people and pushing people and being a good, leader and or a pushy, if some people call it, right? Or were you complaining? Were you leaving people out to dry? Were you doing everything for yourself, right? That goes with everybody involved here, right? Who has the friends here at the end that could get them to the front, right? Because if you don't have any friends, it's going to be really, really hard to get yourself to the front here, right? Unless you're Austin Hill, there's no way you're getting to the front by yourself. I don't see any 21 Bennett machines out on track, so we have every number in the RCR camp except the 21 actually in this race, basically. So, which is funny to say. Wyatt Thompson up to the front, up 24 spots from where he started. what a season this could be if this 77 could pull this off. 3 wins in the first 5 races, right? Obviously, he's got to get to the line first. Obviously, going to green here with 3 to go. It'll be a 3-lap dash, but interesting. He's got the 9 at Kendoring Davis, right? A Chevy teammate, if you want to call it that. Behind there. I will try to hope the best he can. This is where push comes to shove, literally, right? You're gonna see the pushes get more and more aggressive. You're gonna see the blocks become more and more aggressive if you see a guy get out to the lead here. So look at that 16 right there in P5. Gavin Smith in that TH Decides machine, right? He's got a really good shot. And even the 11 back there, Max Ford, back there at P8, P7. He's got a good shot, right? Be interesting. Like if I'm Tyler Holmes, I'm a little bit nervous here. We've known this top side cannot really go on this restart. He starts back there at P8. He can't find a lane here on the bottom early. I feel like he might be in a pretty questionable spot here. We see the top and get going probably the best, you know, on this like getting up to speed lap. But as soon as everything, you know, starts to be at speed, that bottom you start to see starts to pull away, and it makes that top lane really hard to get up and going, especially now coming with 3 to go. It'll be hard to, you know, get everything organized here towards the end. Coming out of turns 3 and 4th. See the pace car, hopefully for the last time. Take that hard left turn down Perry Road, and it's going to be a Chevy Ford front row, the 77 and the 55. Mike Thompson, Gabriel Goalie, Dorian Davis, Zachary Trevino, your top 4. They get ready to go back into the United Rentals restart zone. 4 to go. Coming to 3 to go here from Talladega. That bottom lane for the first time actually get a really good jump. What will the 16 do? Gonna push that 9 out. Here comes Tyler Helms. Help from Duckworth. And they have a huge run on this top side. Tyler Helms gonna need some help. He's gonna have the 11. Max Ford gonna try to push out this middle lane. But they're gonna need a lot of help getting that momentum started. Is that bottom lane is gone, and it's going. I think if they're gonna get it, they have 1 lap to do it here, because they need to be side by side right there with the race lead. When we get to the white flag, but we're gonna go to the stripe. 2 to go here from Talladega. Isaiah Fox goes up and blocks that top lane. Now that top lane is starting to build a little bit of momentum. Comes to the back of the 9, of the 09. So that 77, 2-car gap advantage here to that top side. To the 09 side by side with the 16. That's Gavin Smith. Now we'll be side by side with the 9. No, not quite. And Dorian Davis doing everything he can to keep that bottom lane going. As Kentorian drop out of line here, is he going to help push the 77 out? I believe they are, you know, teammates here. They hit Trioval. Looks like no record is we're going to get ready to get the white flag here from Talladega. Wyatt Thompson. Side by side. Now here comes the 09. Isaiah Fox with a huge lunge here. Is he going to get left out to dry here potentially? Yes. Is Max Ford with a huge move here. Look at that. Tyler Helms with a huge run. Help from his teammates there. The 33 of Duckworth. How cool would it be for him to get the win here, as his dad is sponsoring the event? Duckworth, side by side with the race lead. They're going to wreck at the back. Help to the 3, help to the 57. And what will Joseph Enright do? Side by side, it's going to be a photo finisher. Joseph Enright is going to get it here from Talladega. Go ahead and give it to him. What a win. Enright, I believe, won a super speedway here last season as well, so he's got something made here. We're going to go and look at the stat sheet. I want to show you guys something else. Look at that. Led 1 lap of tonight's race. That's only when he needed the lead. The last lap. What a win by this 57 team. And you know that Cash Scope is happy to see this. Abraham Goli will come home P2. A good finish for him once again. Tyler Holmes comes home P3. The 2 teammates burning it down here on the start-finish line. The 58. The Prather and the 57. Obviously, Joseph Enright. He burned it down here across the stripe. What a win here for this 57 team. Really kept his nose clean all race long, but when it mattered the most, gets it done here from Talladega. You know, park that car right here on the front stretch and park that thing in victory lane. What a win. Congratulations to the 57 team and that whole organization there. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll get ready to start your post-race show. Talk to your top 3 finishers and round out tonight's broadcast here from the virtual Talladega Superspeedway. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Welcome back to the virtual Talladega Super Speedways. We just saw a barn burner of a race there. Joseph Enright wins here. 1/10 over Gabriel Goli, but you saw that photo finish. Tyler Holmes in that 57 door banging, going to the line there. Unfortunately, we saw the 3 kind of get loose. End up coming home P3, but let's go ahead and talk to the man of the alley there. Go ahead and talk to get the Joseph Enright at number 57. Everybody over there. Hey, Joseph, it's Christian up here in the HVTV booth. You got a copy?
I do.
Well, what a win. What a finish between you, the 3, and that 55. But first of all, congratulations on your first win here in season 2 here from Talladega. I believe you got your first win last season at a super speedway as well. But walk us through your race. Walk us through that finish. Walk us through what the nerves were like as those laps continued to go down.
I mean, luck was not on my side this entire race. I wasn't in the top 10 until these last few laps, pretty much damaged throughout the race. Got it fixed just before this restart. And, the C's just parted and, was on the 3, made a move. I didn't think it was going to stick, but then, the side draft just pushed me through to the win.
Yeah, we saw you, get caught up in a lot of incidents today, as well as, many other cars. Just walk us through the calamity basically that just happened throughout the race there. We had a lot of cautions today. What was it like just having to get around them? Just trying to avoid them at all cost.
I mean, it was just a lot of chaos. I had to use my fast repair pretty early, so I just tried to like stay in the back and just survive and slowly chip away at my 8 minutes of damage I had without a fast repair.
Obviously, the fast repairs I felt like saved a lot of drivers' races tonight, including seems like yours. But going down to the wire there, you like you said, you weren't in the top 10 until those final couple laps. When it comes to setting up these runs, what do you have to do to just to get yourself in the right spot to get there to race for the win?
I mean, or at first I was at the bottom, and at super speedways, if you're on the bottom, you just get stuck there, nowhere to go. People on the outside line passing you. So with like two to go, I moved to the outside because I didn't want to be stuck down there. And then once you're there, just whoever's in front of you, you just push them. And if you can make a move at the end, you make a move.
And lucky enough for you, you were able to get to the outside of that three. Drag race to the line there. Obviously, you saw the three bounce off your left rear quarter there, and kind of not make it as cool of a photo finish, but that's just iRacing, man, iRacing. But once again, congratulations on this win tonight here from Talladega. Before we let you go, is there anybody you'd like to thank for this win tonight?
Well, definitely team, everybody at Cash Gulp Racing, Travis, Rex, and the others. And I want to, this race I won for my grandma. I lost her earlier this week, and I almost considered not racing, but I won it for her.
We're so sorry to hear about your loss, Joseph. And at least up here in the booth, we'll be thinking about you and your whole family. But congratulations on this win tonight here, Joseph. And we'll let you go back with your team, celebrate, and hopefully we can talk to you along the line here, potentially in victory lane again.
All right, thank you.
Joseph Enright, obviously an emotional win for him, that whole 57 team. And once again, condolences to him and his whole family. Losing a family member is always hard. And hopefully, they can get through that together as a family and come out, on the better end of that stick. Obviously, we all know that his grandma's proud of him, and obviously winning it for her is also very special. But let's go ahead and talk to your P2 driver, Gabriel Goalie tonight. Had a strong finish, had a strong race, really. Go ahead and talk to him. Hey, Gabriel, is Christian up here in the HPTV booth? You got a copy?
Yes.
Well, coming home P2 tonight here from Talladega. Put yourself in the mix there, starting on the front row on that last restart. Walk us through, what happened there at the end to get you up here in the P2?
Well, from where I started in 21st, I was just going to try to finish the race and hope I didn't wreck out, which bonus, I didn't wreck out. And with super speedway racing, you don't need to lead every lap, you just need to lead the last one, which sadly I didn't get quite there. But just the right strategies and working with people to get yourself up there. That's really all it is.
Obviously, regardless of the win, a strong finish for you in this 55 team. And obviously, this is the second time we've talked to you up here inside the top three tonight, this season. So, when it comes to, having these good finishes and building momentum, how does this finish, help propel you into, potentially, improving on these race finishes?
It just gives you a boost of morality in that you're able to compete with these top guys like Joseph and Tyler, like both very clean drivers, both have respect for them, and I hope to plan to run with them in the future.
And obviously, we'll talk about just the calamity of the race real quick. Obviously, a lot of cautions tonight here. What was your kind of mindset of having to get through the wrecks and just having to deal with kind of all the carnage that happened tonight here from Talladega?
It was just like you said, to make it through and not get any damage, which one of the wrecks I had 1 minute and 20 damage. Luckily, was able to get that done before the pace car came around under caution. And that was what really actually saved me from going a lap down on that one wreck.
Yeah, it seems like everybody we've talked to tonight having to deal with some sort of damage, some type of wreck, some sort of deal or fashion. But regardless of the damage, you still come home P2. So congratulations on that good finish tonight, Gabriel. Before we let you go, is there anybody you want to thank tonight for this P2 finish here from Talladega?
I want to thank Buzzing Barbershops, TDI Towing, my dad for filling in for Hayden Goalie tonight, my mom for hopefully cheering us on, and everybody else watching, my family. Just really great to finish up here after the improvement from last season.
I definitely agree, and I definitely agree on you improving from last season. Obviously, your second podium tonight, and congratulations. You know, we did see your dad kind of bust his butt here and unhook himself with 5 to go there. So probably a little something to laugh at, I guess. Here, looking back at the broadcast, if you guys end up deciding to do that, but once again, congratulations to you and this whole 55 team. Hopefully, we can continue to talk to you up here inside the HPTV booth.
Yeah, I hope to be up here more too.
Yep. Have a good rest of the night.
You too.
Gabriel Goalie comes home P2. A good finish for that whole 55 team. We'll go and talk to Tyler Holmes. Your popularity up here inside the broadcast booth. We'll go and talk to him. Hey, Tyler, it's Christian up here in the HPTV booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, gotcha.
Well, another interview for you up here in the HPTV booth. But coming home P3. Very aggressive tonight here out of you and this whole 3 team. And really all your teammates involved trying to get you guys up to the front. Walk us through your race. Walk us through what you need to do a little bit different to hold on to that win tonight.
Yeah, well, the whole aggressive thing, I kind of was just like, if I qualify on the front, I'm gonna be aggressive, and if not, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to get to the front. And I ended up losing the draft at one point in the race, just being dumb. Probably threw a few blocks I shouldn't have, or at least a couple of them, or made a couple moves I shouldn't have had. But we honestly as a team, I think we kind of failed. We could never get linked up together unless it was on the far right line, and we were all the way by the top, all linked up, and just we need to be either doing that on the second lane or on the bottom, and we just could never get all linked up. Colby had the drive through at first, was struggling to get back on lead lap. Jackson had damage. Hector had to go, and just a bad team effort on us, or not bad team effort, good team effort, just bad execution. We tried, it just never really worked how we thought it would. We wanted to control the race coming into today, and I wanted to try to lead a bunch of laps. Figured it would be kind of chill out at at some point in the race where we could just go single file for a little bit, and hope I was gonna be the leader, and we didn't get single file one time, which I do like that. I hate single file and just saving fuel. But coming to the final lap or whatever, we had the lead on the white flag, and Colby was behind me, and we got clear low, and maybe I should have dropped down. He told me after the race that he got really hot. So maybe if I dropped down, I would have blown his engine. We would have lost anyway. But he tried to make a move, just didn't work. Joseph got behind me, and he tried to go low. I blocked it, and I didn't think he was going to be able to get a run on the outside. As we've seen in real life before, where coming out of the trial, the bottom is the best spot to be. I figured we would have been kind of even, or he just wasn't going to be able to get there, especially coming straight off my bumper. And he went to the outside and had a big run, just didn't block it, tried to door him at the end, and it's just is what it is. Just kind of, I didn't care if I finished second. I wanted to win. So maybe if at one point that we lose from going from third or second to third is that important, then we should have done better somewhere else. But we went for the win, tried to door him. Hopefully I was gonna put him on the wall. I think I door him too hard, and whenever I came up the track and I hit him, it just shot me straight to the left and spun the car out. And it's unfortunate, but P3 finish is never bad as well, especially at Talladega. So we will go into next week, which is at Indy Oval. That's literally the worst news ever. Okay, well, we're gonna go to Indy Oval next week, so hopefully we can keep the top 3 streak up there.
Well, obviously, you kind of hit it on the dot there, just trying to get it to the end. There's a lot of drivers that hit quick tonight. Like, Max Ford, you see back there outside the top 15, and a lot of drivers who probably should have had a chance to win, unfortunately not getting the good finish tonight. So you coming home, P3, obviously like you said, you go for the wins, but coming home with the P3 can't be bad about that. So congratulations on that once again, coming up here inside the top 3 once again. But before we let you go, is there anybody you want to thank for your podium finish tonight from Talladega?
Oh yeah, 100%. Got to thank Kobe Duckworth and all the guys at Duck Motorsports. You know, we tried today, and also got to thank Jackson Brown and his team with Zach and Riley. You know, we tried. We had the most cars. I think we had, oh god, no joke, but 6 or 7 cars, and you just couldn't get linked together, and it's unfortunate. So you got to thank all those guys. You know, we worked together so good all season long. Wish we could have done a little bit better today. Just couldn't find each other at the end, and you know, got to thank you for broadcasting, obviously, and all the guys at Precision Speed Solutions. They get the best open setups, so go check out precisionspeedsolution.gg. And just got to thank our owners, Alex Murray and DJ, and everything that everybody else over there, all the drivers and builders and them as well, and got to thank our race control, JJ Moore, and our other owner, Admin, whatever, Ken Dorian Davis, and just all the guys on the track as well. I mean, we don't have a race, people don't show up, and it was a fun race, and we'll take a P3 and we'll see if we can go. It's gonna be hard to keep that streak up next week at Indianapolis, because God, that track sucks. But we're gonna go try, and then I think got a few races left in the regular season, so we're gonna go try and see if we can go keep that streak up next week.
Obviously on a hot streak tonight here from Talladega. We thank you for coming up here in the booth, and once again, congratulations on this P3. Hopefully we can talk to you sooner or rather later back up here in the podium spot.
Yeah, you'll talk to me Saturday. It's fine.
Yeah, we will. We'll see you then.
Yeah, see you. Thank you.
Tyler Helms, driver of the number 3 machine, comes home P3. And yeah, a little joke. Obviously, Tyler Helms, looking in the future, racing for a championship in the UIS QRS Cup Series. So yeah, we'll be talking to him once again up there Saturday night. So good luck to him in that, but obviously good luck to him in the rest of the season here with the prestige stuff, because that's what we're looking at tonight. But before we let you guys go, let's go ahead and take a look at your unofficial race results here from Talladega. Obviously, talk to your top 3, Enright, Goalie, and Helms. But you see Colby Duckworth. I really wanted to get an interview from him tonight. Obviously, their family sponsoring the event, the Andy Duckworth Heating and Cooling 212. Really would have loved to on an interview with that 33, but just not meant to be, I guess. P4 is still a great finish for him, but wasn't a shot to win. Just it wasn't meant to be. Wyatt Thompson will come home P5. Kendorian Davis with a quiet finish once again. Back there in P6. Gavin Smith, P7. Michael Deitch, we didn't talk about him all race. Comes home P8. Ninth will go to Alex Krasinski. Zachary Trevino comes home with a top 10 finish. Steve Prather back there in P11. Ellie Ibanez back there in P12. Peter Hoppy back there in P13. Jacob Bryant gets that 14th spot. Rex Jenkins in the 56 comes home P15. Wyatt Blair, Isaiah Fox, Max Ford, Hayden Goalie, Jackson Brown round out your top 20. Everybody out behind here, out early. Carmelo Ecavera, Nicholas Road, Ryder Morgan, Reeve Simmons, Benjamin Bushnell, Hector Collazo, Wyatt Miller, Caleb Gordon, and Luca Lewis out early as well from Talladega. But definitely an interesting race. I was pleasant. Excuse me. I was pleasantly surprised to see, like Tyler Helms noted, no single file racing for the most part. Good double file basically the whole race, and definitely made some exciting racing. I was expecting to come here and watch a little bit of like single file fuel saving to try to get them to somewhere, but them being double file almost all race somehow always caused some type of carnage, and it allowed them to come down pit road and not have to worry about fuel at the end there. So it's definitely an interesting race. I definitely had a good time calling it tonight. Obviously, Talladega is always chaotic, and it's a favorite mainstay for me. This is actually the only track I've gone to a cup race. And NASCAR, really, this is the only track I've ever gone to a NASCAR race at in general. So obviously Talladega has a special place in my heart. So, but from everybody over here in Central Kansas, here in the High Velocity TV studios, we appreciate everybody for coming out. We once again say hello to everybody watching out. If you don't mind dropping a like on the broadcast over on the High Velocity TV side, and hitting that subscribe button and hitting that bell notification so you're notified anytime we go live here on the channel, whether it's broadcasting here for the Prestige Cup Series or any other league that we cover here on the network. We'd really appreciate the love and support. But from everybody over here, once again, my name is Christian Delgado, your lead producer and commentator for tonight's race here for Week 5 of the Prestige Cup Series here from the virtual Talladega Super Speedway. Congratulations to Joseph Finway on his first win of the season. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the AWC Pro Series. We continue their season as we get ready to go into Texas Motor Speedway for the AWC Pro Series tomorrow. So be on the lookout for the broadcast tomorrow, as we will have Matthew Prochaski back up at the booth with us, and I can't wait for that as well. But once again, I appreciate everybody coming out and watching the broadcast. Once again, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, share the broadcast with friends and family, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for some more NASCAR racing. Appreciate everybody for coming out, and we'll see you guys soon. Have a great rest of the night, everybody.